All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from GMS New Orleans camp here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, we're going to give infinite honors and prayers unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, Yuakim, Yuakwa, which is your brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. Shalom.
Shalom.
And for this lesson here, through the Spirit, Jake, went through their vault, of lessons. And one thing that I was kind of meditating on, throughout this week from the brother Yuanathan, who dropped a short video from Dallas, he mentioned, the aspect of auditioning for kingship. All right, because and you can also get that in it's in Apocrypha when it tells you that many. No, that's not Apocrypha, right? Many are called, few are chosen.
That's in Matthew.
That's in Matthew. You can get that Bible show.
You in Matthew, right?
I got a quick one for you.
Come on. You can bring it up.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5.
Yep.
Verse 11. It says, "They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh."
And where is that place of, what did it say?
Drawing waters.
Of drawing waters. All right. That's here in America. Okay. So it's telling you here in this land, in this captivity. Okay. This is where we'll be rehearsing the righteous acts. All right. To put on, as you did in one of your, I think that was probably the last video you did, putting on as the elect. You want to do everything in the steed to imitate and follow Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah to the best of your ability.
If I could say, because it also says, in the land of our captivity,
They shall remember
we should
themselves.
remember ourselves. So that's part of that though. That's part of that waking up and coming into this fight or this walk. Lord, you got it.
And land backing off that point of waking up, Jake, you got to wake up and realize that you are royalty. All right, you are of a royal bloodline. All right, and again, that auditioning that we're doing right now to be of the elect, 144,000. Which we know the 1/3 is also a part of it, but the judging body is the 144,000. So the men that are called to do the Lord's work right now, this is what we're auditioning for. We're auditioning for that crown, man.
Since you said that, this is St. Matthew, chapter 22.
Got it.
And
14.
I'm gonna start up a little bit. This is St. Matthew 22 and 10. It says, "So those servants went unto the highway." I'm gonna start at 9. "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests."
So that's what we're doing right now. All right, hitting the highways and byways. All right, bidding to the marriage. Trying to rejoin, the elect back to Yahweh Shai, which is the ultimate goal of Yahweh Shai as well. But continue on.
It says, "And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither and not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless." Which is all you Jakes that know you're Israelites, but you don't put on a garment of truth. All right, the double garment of righteousness, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You guys put on, black power, try to mix that with the truth. You put on, trying to make it in this world, try to blend that with the truth. When Yahweh Shai comes back, you're not going to have on the right garment. It says, "And then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him in the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen."
And just within that, you can see the how extreme the Lord is about the situation. All right, of not being ready to be bid to the marriage. All right, not following in your customs, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, bro. We are royalty. We have customs that holds us above any other nation upon the earth, which the Lord has ordained us to be. Okay. But we have to remain in that stead, because it's a crown on the line. We can't fumble that crown.
Yeah, because like you said, these things in which the Lord has placed upon his own chosen people, right? It does set us above the rest of the nations. So when we're not taking hold of the things in which the Lord is telling us to do, we're nothing but we look as the other nations to him. In which he says, and throughout the scriptures, he clearly don't care about them. So he's gonna treat you with that same
judgment.
Yeah, that same judgment.
Yeah, they're gonna die the death of the uncircumcised.
Because it's ultimately an insult, man.
Yeah.
All right. If the Lord, created us, to be unlike unto Him, and we decide to act like unto the heathen, that's a slap in the face. Yeah. I done did all this for y'all. I done created all this for y'all to be in the standard, and I love to get it. We don't have to get it, but in Samuel, how our people at the beginning, before Saul came in the picture, how they just wanted to be like the other nation. They wanted a king. They wanted to be ruled over, instead of by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. But again, that mindset has to be erased. That anastrophe has to change, and it starts here. It starts here in this grace period that we're in, man. The time that we have to get close to the Lord, we need to do that. All right. And the things that is pleasing unto the Lord is holding yourself holy, holding yourself separate, not being like these people in the world, not being like these 2/3 and these heathen of the world,
Real quick, this Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. It says, Yahweh did not set, for thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all the people on the face of the earth. All right, it's a standard. The Lord will always set a standard, okay, and it has to be met, okay, and that's how order operates. When an order is set, everything has to follow behind it in that proper way. And that proper way is for Israel to be on top, which the Lord has already ordained for it to happen again. Israel to rise again. Kwam Yasharala. But get that 2 Peter for me, Baba Show.
This is the book of 2 Peter. Chapter 1, verse 10. It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fail.
For if you do these things, you should never fail. Okay? I forgot I even had the mic on. I didn't know what you was doing. But yeah, you should never fail. All right? Wherefore the brethren give diligence to make your calling and election sure. So you have to, again, get the loop, the hands on the plow, that could follow right behind it. Up the show. Again, it says, wherefore the brethren give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you should never fail. Get that word diligence for me. Just edification's sake. But again, that's trusting into the Lord, man. And we already know what it says in Sirach chapter 2. You can't look at the people of old, who trusted in the Lord and was confounded. All right. And it's the Lord tried to keep this thing as simple as possible, for his men, to work and be able to make it out of these things. Because again, we know that, the more busybody that you are, things you'll get caught off guard, you'll be off track. And you kind of lose sight of the goal, if you get caught up with too much shit, I
got that word diligence for you.
You got it.
This is that word diligence in the online etymology. It says consistent and earnest efforts to accomplish what is undertaken.
Consistent, earnest effort, okay? And again, knowing here that we are in the flesh, we have to deal with these things of the flesh. That's what the Lord requires of us, is that effort. Okay. So if we, continue to keep our hands on the plow, which, the brother's going to get, is going to end with great rewards, and that's due to the effort that you're given to keep on working for the Lord, Oh, you got it.
It says attentive, single out, value highly. Okay, so that goes into how you're supposed to center your life around the truth. Like this is supposed to be the main thing. So that's all a part of giving diligence to make sure you're calling an election sure. Okay, that's why we're the hopeful elect, because we don't know. So therefore we have to put in the effort in order to confirm ourselves, man. What you got?
Baba Kashar, read that last part again, and I'm gonna get this precept to back you up.
It says attentiveness, single out, value highly.
Attentiveness to single out, to value highly. All right, and that requires a heavy focus. Okay, in order to do these things, and the Lord, places the kingdom in front of us with a narrow path, for us to focus. you know, and that's the precept I have. This is Matthew chapter 7 and 13, red letters here, Yahushua speaking. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in therein. All right. So the people that are going in that broad way, those are the people that are not paying attention. All right. They're not holding the value of the word, you know, where it needs to be. You know, they're doing these things that's pleasing to the flesh, that's pleasing for them to continue to live as a heathen. You know, not be unto their power. You know, you help us now shot. You say something?
Yeah, because I'm a why. You remember the picture I showed you? We were supposed to do a lesson on that. How they had they had two sides, and one was going.
Oh yeah.
One was, it was a picture, and it says one was going to church. Like a lot of people was getting on the plane to go to church, and then they had a small amount of people was getting on the plane to go to the actual Lord. So that's the same way with this. So it's that's why the Lord says it's a remnant. He left a remnant. So it's a very small number compared to the amount of people that's thinking that the church is gonna save them, man.
Okay.
So like, you got it.
Yeah, and we could go through, you know, the history. This is what the Lord deals with. The Lord only deals with the remnant of people. All right. And again, it'll be against his word if he had to save everybody. You know, so that'll make him a liar if he decides to save everybody or decides to kill everybody. You know, but in this case, again, the Lord is a man of his word, and he's holding on to that remnant, that 1/3 of Israel. You know.
Just real quick to go with that straight gate. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7.
Yep.
And verse 6. There is also another thing: a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and the left a deep water.
So that right there is painting the picture again of a narrow path, fire on the right, water on the left, a kingdom right in front of you. Only one man can go at one time. Okay, so by default, that requires focus. That requires your main attention, your undivided attention, what they say in the world. You know, and it's a reward behind it. Like how much more could you want from it? You know, as long as you keep the first things first, as long as you keep your mind aligned, keeping your eyes single. Baba Shah, yeah, get that.
But that's why also the Lord tell us to not even worry about, for the most part, don't kind of worry too much about the things in your day-to-day life. It tells you that. It says, seek ye first the Lord, and all these things should be added unto you. So the Lord is even with us to help us on our financial, any to help us continue to walk, man.
So, and that doesn't mean give up your responsibility.
Right.
As a man, you know, you still prioritize, you know, handling your business, but like the scriptures say, you put the kingdom first. And the Lord will take care of all of that. Because putting the kingdom first puts you in a ruling class mentality, and it keeps you in a mindset of discipline, and that bleeds into everything else.
I was just finna say that's gonna automatically put you being responsible and taking care of your responsibility,
right?
Because that's the mental you're gonna be in,
right?
I got a quick one for you, real quick. This is the other side of the spectrum of not keeping the first things first. All right, having too much business. This is Sirach chapter 38 and 24. It says, "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise." Okay, so as long as you, again, the Lord is your foundation, you know, and you build everything around it, nothing can go wrong in your life. You know, the Lord is going to keep everything within the parameters that he wants you to make it, obviously, you know, but again, it's the little business is going to take you further than being too caught up in the world, ultimately, you know. But verse 25 says, "How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in the labors, and whose talk is of the bullocks? He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder." All right. Don't want to go some more, sir. That's pretty much the point. But again, that's just describing somebody who just pretty much has too much going on. You know, their mind is just too caught up on work, too caught up on business that's not the Lord's business. All right. Again, what we said at the beginning, what I said at the beginning is we need to follow the steps follow in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to the best of our ability. And we have an example of the Lord coming here as a child, telling you that, hey, I'm about my Father's business. You know? So again, that's a example of, we have somebody who's sitting on the right hand of the Lord right now, and that's the route that we need to follow to receive that crown. You know?
He already laid the. He did the. We got the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
He already did it.
Yeah. He laid the foundation. And we're really entering in other men's labors. Even going back, you know, in this generation, we have apostles and elders that have been doing this for 4 decades, you know, before YouTube. Then they came on YouTube and set, you know, social media on fire before any red pill, before, you know, these conspiracy theories. All of this was preceded by the prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because it was prophecy that the Lord would consume this place with the spirit of his mouth, which is his prophets. So we're coming into a great legacy, all right? You inherit that. When you come into this truth, you understand the mysteries, the parables. You're being initiated into, you know, something that's beyond this world.
You could get that for me real quick, sure.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6. I'm gonna start at 21, bro. Verse 21, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also."
You can stop right there. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be also. Okay? So if you have investments that you're really locked into here on this you know, on earth right now, you know, hey, you shit out of luck if you think that these things are going to continue, you know. And if you have your whole entire life banking on America to rise again, to be great again, I'm not sad to say, I'm happy to tell you that, hey, this place is going to be destroyed, you know. So again, if you want your treasure to be here, your heart is going to be here also, and it's going to be met by them ICBM nuclear missiles, you know. You want to say something?
What? You still straddling the fence. You don't know what you want to do, because like you said, the whole point is for us to be fully focused on this. We know that this kingdom is coming down. So it's no sense in us trying to even attain nothing.
So like, before you get that barbecue, we could get that that St. Luke. We ever grabbed that yet?
Which one?
The 9 and 62. The hands on the plow. Oh, is it 968?
62.
62.
I was holding it. This the gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, "No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High."
Is not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. All right. So you can't not focus on the Lord and receive the maximum benefits of the kingdom. Because obviously, you know, Israel is ordained for us to receive the kingdom no matter what. Yeah, the 2/3 are going to have to come through the Hebrew huggies, you know, as we say down here, you know, but the rest, you know, they have the opportunity to do it right the first time, you know. And again, who doesn't want to do it right the first time? You know, to get the first fruit, to be the first fruit, man. That's an amazing, you know, achievement.
Jake gonna be first in everything else.
Yes.
Dude, Jake is out here trying to be the best at everything. So why not this?
Right.
This is gonna be the best ever.
That's a beautiful point. That's also how you know when Jake is full of shit.
Right.
You know, when Jake come into the truth and hear about the riches of the kingdom of heaven, and they slothful, you know, they come to camp whenever they want to come to camp. They don't do lessons. They just slothful in work. That means they don't really believe. Because when Jake believes in something, like the brother said, Jake tries to be the best at it. So if you believe you're a man of the Lord, you're gonna try to become the best man of the Lord that you could be. You're gonna be on fire for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's if you believe. So when you see Jake bullshit, you know, okay, he really don't believe. It's a sign of your faith or lack thereof. I'm trying to get slothful in business.
Yeah, but they got a couple of them looking at. They got another one in Ecclesiastes. Yeah, that's a good one. That's probably the most simplest one. You can grab that.
Yeah. This Romans 12 and 11, it says, "Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord."
You can start out one more. Just get that off.
Verse 10. Romans 12 and 10, it says, "Be kindly affectionate
one to another."
So like, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
You get 11.
Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
Con. Which verse 10 is not the main point of the lesson, but is still part of the business though, you know. So that just has to be mentioned. Being kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love.
That's the main part of the business.
Con. Yes.
Right. What it says, without
charity.
Without charity, we
everything else doesn't matter. If you memorize a bunch of precepts, if you try to show up to camp and bogart the lesson, be all in the camera, all in the video, but you don't know how to be a brother, then that's all for naught. The kingdom of heaven is a brotherhood.
Yeah. And just laying back and off, the Lord described it and told you that this was the second greatest commandment. All right, the first and foremost, loving the Lord, to with all your might, all your ability, roughly paraphrasing, I forget the exact word, but then the second is being brotherly, showing love to your neighbor. But
that come with that, huh?
Yeah.
All that's how you build trust through that. Like all that is how you gonna be able to rule a nation on side of people and not be brotherly? Like we all about to be kings, but together though.
Yeah.
So in order to rule together, we gotta be able to be brotherly amongst each other. Because you gotta present these type of things to the people. The people have to see this. Because whatever you practice what you preach. Yep. So whatever the people see, that's the what you're feeding the people, man.
All right. That goes back to Sirach, the 10th chapter. As is the judge, so are the officers below. So if you're trying to have a community, a kingdom full of people that are, charitable, that are righteous, you got to be charitable and righteous. Yeah. If you want a kingdom of people that put other people's needs above their own, that are selfless, that are charitable, you got to exemplify those qualities yourself.
We got the perfect example of that right now.
Yeah.
He is not brotherly at all.
At all.
So, and we see his kingdom. Yeah. We at the end of it.
You see the results.
So we striving to be the opposite of that, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
You had the I single. Matthew.
Yeah, 'cause right now we've been seeing the end result of this Mayo menace running around, hoarding all of the wealth to himself, poisoning people. All right, poisoning health food, health drinks.
Poisoning the earth.
Poisoning the earth. His own self.
His own self.
Like you ain't gotta live here.
Yeah.
Like how you polluting the air and you gotta breathe?
Come on, man.
Hello.
That makes no sense.
Absolutely none.
You got
clearly meant to leave, bro.
It's not even meant to exist.
Come on, brother.
We're gonna fast track that Obadiah 118.
Yes,
God. We're itching for the 18th verse.
Yes, brother.
He's damn near about to do it for us. That's why it tell us except
the Lord come back, there no flesh will be saved.
God.
The Lord got to come back to save Eve, really.
God.
He kill himself all, man.
Bro, he gonna kill himself and take everybody with him, bro.
But that's how you know how pissed off the Lord is. The Lord hates you so much. He know that you can kill yourself, but I'm gonna keep you alive so I can kill you. Like that's pure hatred.
Yeah,
that's pure hatred.
You see this man as a kamikaze troglodyte. He's ready to do a crash out mission to destroy himself. The Lord like, no,
let me do it.
We got 1,000 years of punishment.
Imagine trying to jump off the highest bridge and then land.
The Lord had you land on your feet. You look up like, you gotta go to prison.
You got it.
Yeah, this is the book of Matthew chapter 6, 21 again. And then I'm gonna read down. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Yeah, thy whole body should be full of light if you keep your eyes single. All right. And Apostle Paul, even describes this chase for the crown as a race, and keeping your eyes single on the prize, always keeping your eyes forward is how you run a race. You lose a race by turning off to the side, by losing focus, Being distracted.
You turn around, you get passed up.
Yeah.
Because you using the momentum you running with to
To turn.
Yeah, to turn around
Lose balance.
and focus on what's behind you. But what you seeing behind you is people that's focused on the race.
Yeah, they like this. They on your heels, man.
God. Yeah. And again, that's the end all be all of it, you know? Telling you keep your eyes single, and what it say about the light, your body should be full of light.
Yeah, and thy whole body shall be full of light.
Should be full of light, man. You know, having full of that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know? Just by keeping your eyes single on doing the Lord's business. You know?
I'm gonna read one more verse.
You got it?
It says, but if thine eye be evil, thine whole body shall be full of darkness.
God.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
God. So if you're not focused on the Lord, that means that you caught up with darkness.
God.
All right? Which is darkness is full of wickedness. You know, it coincides with wickedness and just bullshit and folly. Everything that produces from this queendom that we live in, from Esau, Edom. You know? But you got one?
Got one real quick. This is the book of Galatians chapter 4, starting at the top. Now I say
Proverbs 20.
that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the father.
So being under those teachers, you know, constantly being under those teachers. It tells you also in Sirach of wearing the doorsteps, you know, of wise men, you know, constantly being taught, being again within that light, being within wise men, and constantly picking their brains for you to increase knowledge, you know, wisdom, knowledge, understanding.
Yeah, in the ancient world, all of the great kings, they took heed to their counsel.
Mm-hmm.
All of the horrible kings, they did their own thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna listen to my homeboys. I'm gonna listen to my partners, man.
Yep.
That's the spirit of the world. That's the spirit of a nigga. And when you come into the truth that you're a king, and you realize, wait a minute, okay, kings are under tutors and governors and rulers. Mm-hmm. They teach you how to go from being a prince to a king. What does the word Israel mean? He's a prince of God. He's a prince of the Most High. So what is a prince supposed to do? He's supposed to learn how to be a king. That's why we're called to this truth, to learn how to govern properly, to learn how to rule.
Okay. But back to that point y'all mentioned earlier, Yahushua, man, that perfect example. When his mother was looking for him, where was he?
He was with the elders. Going into the law.
Yeah.
As a 12-year-old.
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
So he's that perfect example. So the same things in which he was doing, we ought to be doing them now. Because he was literally 12, but spiritually in the truth, we're children.
That's the only way to be in the truth. The only way to receive salvation, Yahushua said, you have to be as this child.
Oh, 21. Hold on, Deck. 1 Peter 2 and 9 for me about the shot. And we could get that first, and then we could get that.
It's 1 Peter chapter 2. And 9. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. And there goes that darkness and that light again. All right. So the Lord, honestly, if you want to just say it, he made our eyes single. He made our eyes single to focus on him. You know, so again, he brought us to the light by making us focus on him. So if we didn't focus on him, if we didn't even know who the Lord was, again, we would be sitting in darkness with the rest of these people.
What they say? He withdrew man from his purpose. Because like we always say, but every brother had their own dreams and aspirations in the world, man. But the Lord changed our mind, man, to come to this, to serve him, to save our life, dude.
There's nothing better than this. This is the greatest opportunity that's ever been placed on the planet Earth, man. All right, and Jake has the opportunity to be a king. Like, come on, brother. We thought about, like you said, being football players, being millionaires, billionaires, but none of that compares to being a king, a ruler of the land. To have a child become a nation, you know, having thousands and thousands of your seed, you know.
One perk that we're gonna get in the kingdom wipes out everything you could accomplish here. You could just name one thing we'll get in the king, bro. Eternity, immortal, being immortals, bro.
Come on, man.
That supersedes everything you could possibly get here.
And
Just that alone.
And don't forget the laws being in your inward parts. To be righteous, no matter what you do, is going to be righteous. To have that thought in you, we can't fathom that because every day we're doing something wicked.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
That's what makes it such a stumbling block to people though.
Yeah.
Because they've never seen those things. All people know is what they see. That's why they quick to do the things in which they have access to, because they just known to go off of what they see.
That's what they see in front of them.
God.
That's why the Most High said, without faith, it's impossible to please Him. Because you need faith to believe in this. You need faith to believe that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to rule in righteousness forever. Like, that's not, you don't see that. Like,
It literally says everyone that shall be saved by faith, whereby he believes.
yeah,
God.
faith and works.
God. And works. Shalak.
You could get that Proverbs from me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 21. It says, he that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor.
And the NLT says, whoever pursues righteousness and unfailing love will find life, righteousness, and honor. All right, and that comes through the path of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. All right, so the Lord constantly reassures you and lets you know, man, hey, if you do this work, you're going to get rewarded. If you diligently seek me, you're going to be rewarded. So do these things, you know?
That's why nothing matters.
Right.
Because, bro, the Lord, Esau comes at you blank.
Yeah.
He don't tell you get nothing for doing anything he tells you to do.
And if he does, he lying.
Yeah. Bro, the Lord says, serve me, and it's not rigorous.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is telling you to return to what I have set you for it to be. That's it.
He said, my yoke is light.
Yeah.
Huh. So do these things, and I'm gonna give you more than you can imagine. Cause our minds can't fathom the kingdom, bro. We can only think so far. We think based off of the things we see.
Yeah. Even our imagination is defiled being here.
Yeah.
Because Jake, I did a lesson a few years ago. Isaiah 4:1 is not going to be a rap video,
Right.
Because that's how Jake think. You're going to be in the kingdom, booties bouncing and shit.
The jacuzzi that you had
the
in the
jacuzzi.
picture.
You're just gonna have a bunch of adulterous women around you. No, man. We're gonna have endless women, but they all gonna be righteous.
Yeah, brother. We're not gonna announce that was P Diddy in that
the thumbnail.
Yeah, that thumbnail.
Yeah. Hey, no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Literally. But yeah, our women are gonna be right. That's another thing. You need faith to believe that the Israelite woman is gonna be righteous, because you can't really fathom that here
At all.
So
right.
What we're preaching is really, the scriptures call it the gospel of reconciliation. All right, bringing us closer to the Father, making us one with the Most High. And it takes faith just to believe that the Lord's gonna forgive all our sins. We're gonna be at one with Him.
That's solid,
Cause
man.
Jake gonna get to think about everything they done done.
Yeah,
Man,
there's
the
no
Lord
way.
not gonna forgive me for that. Bro, the Lord tell you don't let your sins weigh you down, and that He forgive you as soon as you start serving Him.
Yeah,
You gotta keep serving them. That's the
You
thing.
can't take your hand off the plow.
Can't take your hands off the plow, man.
You do it right and you good. That's all you gotta do is do it right.
Yeah.
And bro, we not perfect. It says what?
Just man fall.
Just man fall at 7 times, but get back up.
Yeah.
So you gonna have imperfections. Things gonna happen, man. You gonna go off.
God.
We still in the flesh.
God.
The Lord understands. That's why we have a grace period.
Yeah.
He didn't did the walk so that we don't be penalized for that. So it's all type of things in place in order for us to complete our walk, man.
God.
So anything you come up with is excuses.
Yeah. I wish the Lord don't deal with excuses, man.
Not at all.
You can't play the fence, It's either this or that, man. And that's plain and simple, But I got one more precept. If y'all brothers got more, y'all good? You can get it. The parable, Matthew 25.
God. This is the gospel according to St. Matthew chapter 25, verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who have called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey.
You can stop right there. So according to his every man according to his several ability. So every man has their own different amount of talents. You know, brothers have their own different type of skill sets that is profitable for this truth that the Lord has called you in His truth to flip that product. You know, to receive more talents. You know, to multiply your talents, basically. But you got it.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2.
Yep.
But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Yep.
He multiplied.
Yep.
He flipped it.
Yep.
His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
I will make thee ruler over many things. For just doing this, just flipping 5 talents and giving me another 5 talents, you about to receive so much just off of doing that. All right. So how much more of us sacrificing, putting our bodies, a living sacrifice on the highways and hedges, on the highways and byways, putting His work in. As you was going into, you know, these are small things. You know, take some time out your day to go praise the Lord, to pray to the Lord, to be brotherly, to do all of these things. Okay. But again, as we're going to further go through the parable, they're going to have people who's going to receive, they're going to have slacking. They're going to have people that's going to receive, you know, these talents and do nothing with it, you know. But you got it.
You want to say something?
No, I'm moving to point out.
Okay. It says, his Lord, slacking. Verse 22, he also that received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them.
Yep.
His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
All right. So we got another example. We went from 5 to 2. All right. Yeah, he didn't flip it into another 5, but he still doubled up, you know, the talents that he had. And the Lord is still proud of that. All right. Want to say something?
Yeah, because that's the point I wanted to make. Because as you see, he just go further and further down. But certain men have different things. So the Lord might give you might have more on for the flip than me. Okay, but that's sufficient for you. Right? All the last person had to do was flip what he had. The Lord's not trying to compare you and me. No, because what he gave to me is what he gave to me. So that's according to my walk. Okay, so every man walk is different. So just because you see another brother with a higher status, example how the Lord order the church. There's men of rank. It's so the way the Lord order it is for that man. So you got it.
Yeah, it's important to understand too for brothers that's on the other side watching videos. You know, I know myself when I first came into truth, which is damn near a decade ago. I'm looking at videos. Brothers look like they got the Bible memorized. Give me this precept. Give me that. You're looking at it like there's no way I can do that. It seems very intimidating. But the Lord not asking you to be a precept master. He's asking you to do your best. All right. Then you come into the truth. The Lord give you all kind of precepts.
But bro, we know brothers in our camp now. So he got a strong memory for the precepts, bro. They got brothers that know the history, right? He into the history. Brothers have these certain things.
That's their talents.
That's their talents.
And they flipping them.
And you could go further with that, explaining with you. That's in Corinthians when it goes just explaining the bodies and the different parts of the bodies and the occupations that brothers may have. But it was one thing you just mentioned.
Different brothers having different
brother. It was before that, right before that. It slipped my mind. It was a good ass point too. Because you damn it. Swag, I hope that shit come back. That was a good ass thought too. But you can finish it off.
It's back in St. Matthew 25. It says, verse 24, Then he which have received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talents in the earth.
That's an excuse.
That's an excuse. And Wadi Habashim Yahushua, the thought just came back to my head, because we have examples of people that tried to use the excuse for the Lord, but the Lord ain't playing with that. Come on, man. We had Moses. Moses had the excuse of having a speech impediment. I can't speak. Lord, you want me to lead this people, your great people, and I can't speak? And the Lord felt offended by that. Like, do you know who I am?
I made your mouth.
Come on, man. That's plain and simple.
Bro, even what's his name?
Jonah?
Jonah.
Tried to run.
So Jonah tried to get out.
That's bugged out. Trying to run from the Lord is bugged out.
Bro, Jonah was making all type of the whole time, dude. Bro, the Lord put him in a fish.
Yeah.
Spit him out. He still was complaining, brother.
Yeah.
Under the plant, everything, he complained the entire time. Just
Lord wasn't hearing it.
Good.
He wasn't hearing it
At all.
At the end of the day, you had to do the work, man.
Yeah. Still, by far, Jonah has to be the funniest book to me.
God,
in the
no,
entire,
that is.
it's 5 books, 5 chapters, like it, of complaining, just to get pissed off at the end for the Lord not destroying.
Yeah.
Hey,
He done prophesying.
that's a whole nother point, dude. Because Jonah complained that many times. There's other men that couldn't complain that many times.
Yeah.
Like the Lord just cut them off as soon as they started tripping.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So that's even a whole nother thing. The Lord mercy, bro. He is spread to certain
Talents. You
You
got
don't-
talents of mercy.
Yeah, you don't know how much talent you got for your mercy.
That's
Like,
beautiful. That's a great point. I didn't think about that. Mercy time.
It says, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talents in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. So he handed him the one that he handed him. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury, right, with interest.
Yeah.
He says, take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. So he took from the man that had 1 and didn't do nothing with it, and gave it to a man that knew how to flip his talents.
Right.
But bro, the pattern. If you see the pattern, all he was supposed to do was go get another talent.
Yeah.
He was just supposed to double it into
1 talent.
into 2.
Yeah.
Just
That's
make
all.
his 2.
Yeah.
Because that was your only responsibility. You wasn't supposed to get 10 as the other man did.
Right.
You was only supposed to go double your 1.
Gone.
Yeah. And this is what happened to him.
Yep.
It says, take therefore the talent from him, and give it to him which have 10 talents. For unto every one that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Come on, man. You don't need to be nowhere around this thing, man.
I have never known. That's the words you gonna get.
Good.
You either gonna get, like he said,
Good job, my
good job,
son.
my servant. I have never known.
Yeah. That's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Because the Lord tell you, once you leave out the truth, all your works is forgotten.
Yeah.
That don't even count.
Yeah.
That's the same way, bro. It's even though, because all your sins is forgotten when you come in. So it's the same way in and out. So when you leave, it's only right I forget your works.
Yeah.
Because I forgot your sins when you were serving.
God, beautiful.
Probably could go a little bit more, brother.
Verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
So the Lord is going to, again, he's going to gather his remnant. And he said he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. All right? So the wicked versus the righteous, ultimately, in a plain sense.
Yeah.
Then shall you know.
Who am I chosen?
Come.
Yeah.
Come.
I'll read the whole chapter.
Yeah, I mean, no. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Y'all brothers good?
Chapter demon.
So we pray that this lesson was edifying. Prior to getting out of here, we're going to give infinite honors and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, the Balanas of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you Akim, you Akwat, which is brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. Shalom.
Shalom.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Call me Asherala.
Call me Asherala.
Shalom.
Shalom.